this crap, bullshit been passed down from your mama and your daddy and all that craziness? Huh? When I moved to Plymouth, Massachusetts, serious rich white folk. No, serious rich white folk. My neighbor across the pond, Steinway piano air. Up the hill, ocean spray. Serious white folks. And what I can't understand about you white folks, I swear to you. See, I've been through all the movements. I know King would never say nothing but we got to love him, and when the cameras leave, call you a honky. I will. He wouldn't, but I will. Call you a honky, 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 honky. Here's how white folks think about you when you're honest.
1,001 people who made America.
1,001. And this go all the way back before the Mayflower. I'm listed in it. Are you? Huh? All y'all that be bullshitting white folks now, are you listed in here? Okay, that's the game they play. Y'all in this old foggy game. You follow me? 98% of my audience is white folks. That's why I love to come back here to see y'all. I will never live in the ghetto. But I come back because y'all in the ghetto made me. You listened to me when I wasn't funny, and when you got through listening to me, you pushed me all downtown where you couldn't afford to see me. So I got to come back. But I'm not living there. Understand that. I'm listed in the phone book, don't have no bodyguards. That's because of you all. Y'all made me. Huh? 10 children went to the best colleges in the world. Y'all did that. Huh? And I got to come back, not in some nightclub, on the front line. I'm willing to die for you for what you did for me. My children lived a lovely life for what you did for me. Huh? Oh, they told you how happy my wife. It's hard to be happy when big dollars coming in. But I spent mine. You know that big mansion I was in? 400 acres. My house in Massachusetts was bigger than the Kennedys. They'd come by there and just look at it like you could put the Kennedy compound in my land 100 times. And I went to Iran because I know that was a CIA operation. They wanted to kill them folks so they could wipe them off the map. And I went over there and fasted for 90 days. When I come back, here's the white folks met me. Mr. Gregory, it's a lovely thing you're doing. But you know that Rolls Royce is ours. You haven't paid on it in 3 months. Now let me just tell you, you're brilliant. People love you. Entertainment. All you got to do is stop doing that mess and take care of you. Let me tell you something, white boy. No jive, used cartel gonna tell a nigga with my stature, take that damn Rolls Royce. Huh? Take it. Now he get real mad now because he wasn't ready for that one. So I said, let's take it now. So the next day, the guy from Boston that owned the franchise, sometimes they think niggas don't hear. He said, Mr. Gregory, we just love you, what you're doing for the whole world. He said, but you know, I know you didn't mean to send that Rolls Royce back yesterday. I said, yes, I did. He said, well, you know you still have to pay that $2,500 note. I said, I know that. Now get off my land. And I paid every nickel on that Rolls Royce to teach a human being there's something more to dignity than just some damn car. Okay? Now, the Rolls Royce people were so scared, they came in from London. Come by to see me. Oh, Mr. Gregory, I'm so sorry. We'd like to give you a Rolls Royce for the rest of your life. No, that's what happened when you stand up and be something other than a damn dog or a football player. Huh? But y'all don't understand that. Because the glamour is on a nigga trying to outrun God every day than somebody in this audience. I know who you are. It's liberating folks. So they got the Rolls Royce back. Then I lost the farm. But you take niggas with money, oh, you just can't come take the house. Oh, no. If I'm leasing your house, and I can't pay you the money, all I got to do is go bankrupt. Do you know you can't touch that house? And you my friend. I ain't got to do with no friend when you about to get my house. Nigga. You hear me? So what happened is, I gave them the house. But they had to go through federal court. See, I live in Massachusetts, Commonwealth. Come on, hear me. Commonwealth. You know what it means? It means that the state is there for the commonwealth of the people, and you can't come in and repossess that house. You got to go through the state, and that took 2 years. And then they came and got it. We've been living there 2 years and ain't paid a damn note. My wife crying. I said, you crazy? We've been living in this 400 mansion and ain't paid no money. You got nerve enough to cry? Come on, let's go back to the hotel and talk about this shit. See how it works? It's about a universal order. And you women paying a price because you so unspiritual, ungodly, you let a bunch of evil-ass men do anything they want. And I'm not talking about rape. I'm talking about all the other stuff. You walk down the street and there's a big steel thing called a man-hole. Well, where's the woman-hole? I meant to tell you, man, there's a Nabisco in St. Louis. We fixing to buy that, man. Nabisco. I'd be the first nigga on the planet making crackers. And I'm gonna invite my man and this lady that came down here and let you know what a cracker tastes like. See how it works? Y'all get home. Black women, you've been lied to. These niggas come home and tell you what they said to the boss. They ain't said a damn thing. And white folks, you got to learn one day why niggas don't come to work on time. The later I get to work, the longer I keep my manhood, and the earlier I get out of there, the quicker I get it back. That's what that shit's about. The strongest two forces, and those of you that follow me, no, I don't just say this to black women. The strongest two forces in the history of the planet is the black woman and the black church. You know something? Do you know, black woman, you the only person on this planet that can take a butter knife and cut that nigga's ties to the rim. I'm not talking about no bazooka. I'm not talking about no razor blade, a butter knife that can't even cut butter, and you cut that nigga's ties to the rim, and them white folk gave that tie a 20-year guarantee. Not when I make you mad. And all you asked is, who is Melba? The lady said, you can't get me without going through Dick Gregory, wife. She's always run everything. All the millions of dollars, I never had a checking account in my life. And when we brothers find out who you all are, so when I moved out to this rich neighborhood, Plymouth, Mass, I said to my wife, she just had her 10th baby. week later, we was in the big trucks with all the furniture, headed to Plymouth. And I tried to ease her for the blow. I said, no. But at that time, Massachusetts public schools was better than most states' private schools. That's not true now. And so I said to her, I said, I want you to hear me good, dear. I said, there's children being in school next week when school started. See, I always found something funny, miss. You have children? So if you don't have your children in school by a certain age, that's a truancy law and put you in jail. But if 3 of the 5 children starve to death, they don't put you in jail, they just put the other 2 in a foster home. Don't that seem kind of funny? You get more time, for not sending your child to school than if they die. So I never trusted that, but I couldn't do nothing about it because my mama was mussed up enough. If my mother was alive now, the shit I'd be saying, she'd call the police on me. Yeah. And that's one thing you mothers, well, you did it to shield us during slavery. And y'all did it well. Slave master come to get your son. Say, that nigga just like his daddy. No good. Whatever you say he did, he did. Give me that 2x4, I'll kill this nigga myself. That's where whoopings came from. You ain't never supposed to hit a child. And all that stuff you get out of the Bible, spare the rod and spoil the child. That's the story of a shepherd boy and that stick he holds. Because the more they walk, the better their fur is. And so when they get too close to the ledge, he just holds the rod out. And you all ignorant, crazy folk then took that to whooping a child. Whooping a child. You wouldn't hit your Cadillac. You want to hear that damn fool up in Minnesota? What's his name, Peterson? Went there and whooped his son. Now wait a minute. Stuck leaves in his mouth? Boy, you know what that's going to help if they play it right? They'll get the biggest settlement out of the National Football League. So you know these blows in my head made me stuff tree leaves in my son's mouth. And some more ignorant white judge will say, did you cook them? And then I hear this old ignorant dog, Charles Barkley. Y'all buy that crap. And the only reason white folks let him be analyzing the games, because he know he ain't gonna say nothing that's gonna be derogatory to nobody but black folks. Do you know what he said about Peterson? Said, well, y'all, most of you white folks don't understand. That's a Southern tradition. So I got on the radio and said what he said, and I said, so was lynching. We stopped that. See how it works? And so, like I said, I'm so glad I'm 82. My wife's 75. We don't have a prescription between the two of us. So I want to know what God you black folks praying. Your knees, ankles all swole, can't breathe, got everything you can have. Who you praying to? God is real. Every tree on this planet, God made. So he's not dealing with just one kneecap. What is this about? Y'all scared of God? That's a violation. Do you know? Do you pray, brother? I'm just asking. Okay, not that I care. Okay. Because I got some nigga friends of mine, ain't never prayed. They get more money than me. I look up and wink. But you know if you prayed for something tonight, you're not supposed to pray for the same thing the next day. You know that. That's a violation. That God is so powerful. You know if you ask for it, you're going to get it. So from that point on, you're in a prayer of thanksgiving. Because you know you're going to get it. That's right there. I mean, some of y'all sitting here, your house is being foreclosed on, you're going to pray to God. What God do you know that put the whole year that didn't know they're fixing to take your house? So I just look at God and say, hey, champ, you know what they're fixing to do? Check everything. Waste my time telling God what they're doing like he don't know? Please. I got some questions if I ever see God I got to ask him. See, I travel all over the world. I was born and raised in St. Louis. It's Tornado Alley. They have tornadoes. The big old Catholic church got blew away, huh? But never the whole house. Talk to me, God. What is it about them hoes? I ain't never turned on TV after an earthquake or a tornado and hear the hoes on the corner cry, I don't know what my panties are. They just blew away. Old folks' home burned down. Red Cross burned down. Never. You ain't never heard nobody in the crack house looking for their crack. It's right there where it was before the tornado came through. So if something happened here tonight, huh? I got a lot of preacher friends. I understand God. If I leave here and they say, tornado, I'm going over to that gambling casino. They don't get messed with. If there's a whole house close, I'm going to straddle both of them. How many of y'all in here remember when the government gave me the worst form of cancer you could have? I mean, okay. So, I accidentally found it out. My son's a doctor. And I went by to have these hernias checked I've had since I was a little boy. And here's how the universe works. The x-ray machine malfunctioned. So I said, okay, we're in the hospital, don't cost nothing. Let me give you an MRI. They give me an MRI. It's my son. He's looking here. Okay? I went through the whole machine. He's looking here. And he said, yeah, that's what I thought it was. 2 weeks later, the folks that manufactured the machine came through the hospital. I said, I understand Dick Gregory was in here. Yeah. I said, can we see the pictures? Yeah. They found it because they was looking at the whole picture. I said, my God, how long has he had this cancer? So they called my son. My son called me. Dad, you better get over here quick. I thought he told me that. I said, son, let me tell you something. The day we took those pictures, I just finished walking 10 miles in Rock Creek Park. So whatever that was, they didn't intend for me to find it. And it would get worse and worse and worse. I said, you take these damn pictures and send it to the Armed Force Institute of Pathology and don't put my name on it. And they sent back and they said, wow. The only way you could get something like this, work in a nuclear plant. Have I ever been in a nuclear plant? Do nobody own nuclear plants but the government? So if I don't own a nuclear plant and the government, it's obvious the nuclear plant came to me. So now I can go out in the backyard and pray to God a real prayer. And here's how it went. Hey, champ, I know there's a lot of niggas that deserve cancer, but I'm not one of them. I know there's a busy job up there in heaven. You got a whole lot of things to do. Why don't you get you some help? And so I said, I thank you if you take care of this immediately. Then I looked at me and said, cancer, I'm going to give you 72 hours to get out of my body. This is my body. Huh? Y'all scared of cancer. Make cancer scared of you. Huh? I can create another human being. Cancer, you can't. 72 hours later, Joe Madison show. I told him, and he said on the show, and a white dude called me from Orlando. He said, Mr. Gregory, Joe called me. I heard him on the show. He said, there's some water in El Salvador. You can go down there, and in 5 days, whatever's in your body is gone. Well, I ain't gonna ask no stupid questions. I said to God, I know that's God doing it. Huh? God doing it. Huh? So I go down first. I was really tricky. I went to Howard University Hospital first, you know. Because see, I can't be telling white folks, hire black, and I go to a white house. So I went to Howard first. The doctor came and said, this is awful. I said, well, let me tell you what we need to do. I can go in there and but I got to take 2 of your ribs out, and there's a possibility you'll be paralyzed the rest of your life. I said, Doc, when you mentioned ribs and wasn't talking about the barbecue hut, I wasn't even thinking about coming in. So Steve Jackson, let's see, his daddy invented nuclear medicine at Cedars-Sinai. He's retired, so my son sent it to Steve, our friend. He sent it to Dad. Dad called up crying like a baby. He said, how come we didn't know this earlier? I said, I just found out about it. Well, I just like when you come out here, because what I'm looking at is nothing can be done. Yeah, nothing can be done. That's why I left y'all. He went to the real. He just said, you know, there are some niggas out there that deserve it. Look, I'm not one of them. In case you ain't heard, I can get you a list of 12 of them. And if you need something close to the house, I can do that too. But all them niggas in my house, I ain't never played like I liked them. You know what I mean? But some of y'all sitting there got children you don't like. You just scared to say you don't like. Some of y'all sitting out there would never talk to God honestly. You think you got to get into some pimp prayer. That's your mother and father. Huh? I don't have to go clean up before I go home. Huh? Fix it, boss. So I go out there and one of the great doctors on the planet is a black guy named Keith Black. Cedars-Sinai. Punch him up. Them white folk come in from all over the world to see Keith. So I go there. And he said, well, I guess we can try. I never seen nothing like this. He said, well, I said, I'll do it after Christmas, the holiday. I went to El Salvador, come back the first week of January, showed them the kid. He started crying. Where did you go? Don't even ask me that. Because you know what I'm going to tell you. Prayer. Y'all wouldn't even understand that shit. Prayer. He said, well, all I can tell you, we need to close this hospital down and follow you. Now, y'all know I'm vegetarian into health. Y'all know that, right? But let me set the record straight. If I leave here tonight, driving to the hotel, and a drunken truck driver hit the car I'm in, and I'm laying there with my head cracked, my ear missing, my jaw broke, feet missing, do not carry me to a health food store. Take me to that old, nasty, dirty hospital where they used the trauma. Take me there. Let this pain stop. I'm over there, they're talking about me some blueberries. I say, now that old hospital that don't know nothing with heavy drugs and all that stuff, now when I'm fixed, now y'all bring me that African yak juice. All you got to do is be honest. Be honest with yourself. And so I talked to Bill today, and I said, Bill, I don't know if it's true or not, that's a police job. I'm calling you about them ugly white women. That's what I'm calling about. You my man. I don't know what you do in life, but I thought you would elevate your shit. And they don't. They come back and don't even know it's past the limitation. They can't get nothing out of this. That's why I think it's a plan. Remember when his son was killed? And I'm show you how dumb y'all are. You remember his son was killed? He was on the highway, right? Do you know any robber dumb enough to go rob a nigga in his car doing 75 miles an hour? It's just like I was born before there was television. You know how stupid Americans had to be to look at a tap dancer on the radio? And ain't nothing changed. Y'all just as stupid. You ever been to Victoria's Secret, miss? Victoria's Secret? Have you asked where you buy your drawers? Why is it a secret? You should ask that before you go back. Huh? It's a secret because Queen Victoria was a man. How many of y'all knew that? Okay? That's why it's secret. If I'm a man posing as a queen, I got to wear women's drawers. That's what the secret is about. And you older folks, you remember Nat King Cole? Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa. Do you know they just found out 15 years ago that was Da Vinci? He was a drag queen. How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all knew that? Huh? I don't see. Yeah, you knew it, huh? See that? He was a drag queen. And Nat Cole didn't know he singing to a man. Mona Lisa,